What if a ghost could solve its own murder? What if the only witness to a crime was someone from beyond the grave? In the late 19th century, in a quiet, remote town in West Virginia, a young woman named Zona Heaster Shue met a tragic fate. Her death was declared natural, until her ghost returned with a chilling message. This is the true story of the Greenbrier Ghost, the only case in U.S. history where the testimony of a spirit helped convict a murderer. Stay with me until the end, because this mystery only gets stranger. Zona Heaster was born in 1873 in Greenbrier County, West Virginia. By all accounts, she was a free-spirited young woman, eager for adventure. But her life would take a dark turn when she met a man named Erasmus Stribling Shue, better known as Trout Shue. Shue was a blacksmith, newly arrived in town, looking for work and apparently a wife. He was more than a decade older than Zona, but their whirlwind romance moved quickly. By November 1896, they were married. It should have been the start of a beautiful life together. But Zona's mother, Mary Jane Heaster, had a deep, unsettling feeling about Trout. She believed something wasn't right, and she was about to be proven horribly correct. Just 3 months after the wedding, tragedy struck. On January 23, 1897, an 11-year-old boy was sent to the Shue household on an errand. What he found inside would haunt him forever. There, at the foot of the stairs, lay Zona's lifeless body. Her arms were crossed, her feet together, her head tilted unnaturally to one side. The boy ran for help. When the local doctor, George Knapp, arrived, he found something odd. Shue had already carried Zona's body upstairs and dressed her in a high-necked gown with a stiff collar, something that was unusual, as women in the community were usually prepared for burial by other women, not by their husbands. Shue was hysterical, cradling Zona's body, refusing to let anyone get too close. Dr. Knapp made a brief examination and concluded that she had died of an everlasting faint, a vague term that could mean a heart attack. But something wasn't right. Mary Jane Heaster, Zona's mother, was convinced her daughter had not died of natural causes, and soon she would receive a message that would change everything. For 4 nights in a row after Zona's funeral, Mary Jane Heaster was visited by her daughter's spirit. Each night, Zona appeared in her mother's bedroom, speaking in a hushed, sorrowful voice. She revealed the truth about what had happened on that fateful night. "He was cruel," she whispered. "He was angry that I hadn't cooked meat for dinner. He grabbed my neck. He squeezed, and he broke it." Mary Jane claimed that as the ghost faded away, it turned its head completely around, a final gruesome sign of the injury that had been inflicted. It was a shocking claim, but could it be proven? Mary Jane took her story to the local prosecutor, John Alfred Preston. He was skeptical at first, but after speaking to Dr. Knapp, he realized something was deeply wrong with the official cause of death. The doctor admitted that he had barely examined Zona's body because of Shue's erratic behavior. And as more people came forward with stories of Shue's strange actions, Preston decided to take a drastic step. On February 22, 1897, Zona's body was exhumed for a second autopsy. When the doctors examined Zona's remains, they confirmed everything the ghost had said. Her neck was broken, her windpipe crushed, and her vertebrae shattered, injuries consistent with strangulation. Shue was immediately arrested for murder. In June 1897, his trial began. The prosecution had strong physical evidence, but Mary Jane's testimony about her daughter's ghost made the case legendary. The defense thought her story would make her seem unreliable. But when she took the stand, her conviction never wavered. She stood by her claims, and in a shocking twist, the jury believed her. After only 1 hour of deliberation, Shue was found guilty of murder. After the conviction, chilling details about Shue's past came to light. He had been married twice before. His first wife divorced him, citing abuse. His second wife died mysteriously after only a year of marriage. One version of the story claimed she had fallen through ice. Another suggested that she was hit in the head by a falling brick while they were building a chimney. And as if that weren't enough, Shue had bragged that he planned to marry 7 times. Zona was his 3rd wife. How many more would have suffered if he hadn't been caught? Shue was sentenced to life in prison, but he didn't last long. He died of illness just a few years later. But Zona Heaster Shue's story didn't end there. She remains the only known ghost to ever testify in a murder trial. Today in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, a historic marker stands in front of the cemetery where Zona is buried. It reads, "Her death was presumed natural until her spirit appeared to her mother to describe how she was killed by her husband." Was it a grief-stricken mother's imagination, or was Zona's ghost truly seeking justice? We may never know, but one thing is certain: the Greenbrier Ghost will never be forgotten. So, what do you think? Was the testimony of a ghost real, or was it simply a mother's intuition leading her to the truth? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you love true crime, mysteries, and stories from history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Because sometimes the dead don't stay silent.